All right, welcome in, folks. Appreciate you guys joining me here. It's Monday night. I got the Monday night game on. Chiefs just kicked off against the Jags. Jags probably should have had a first down on that first drive, but they did not. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Monday Night Football. We're here to talk about the Denver Broncos against the Philadelphia Eagles. And listen, huge win for the Broncos, man. They got me. They certainly got me. I did not think after three quarters that this Denver Broncos team had a fighting chance of winning this game. Down 17-3 as they go into the fourth. Things were looking bad. Things were looking ugly. Bo Nix was struggling in the first half, which is the film we're going to watch here. We're going to watch the first half film. Tomorrow I'll break down the second half film, and that'll be a little bit more exciting probably. But I do want to get into the first half film, and I want to figure out what went wrong because, Bo was not good in the first half. The offense was not good in the first half. The running game was not there in the first half. And it all turned around. And it all started clicking in the fourth quarter. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into this thing and figure out what went wrong in the first half. And then we will look at some exciting stuff tomorrow as we break down the second half. So first play of the game, I do like what we come out the gates with. Anytime you can cut somebody, anytime you can get into guys' knees, force them underneath. Watch our fullback here, number 45. He's going to come after. We just got a simple trap play going on here. So he's coming after that defensive tackle, puts 98 on the ground, just make him feel your presence. We've got a good double team on 90. Our center does a good job climbing up to 30, and not a huge play to kick off the game. Excuse me. But it is a positive start to the game. By the way, actually, before we get any further, let me take a quick second here to thank my sponsor, Safeway. Couldn't do Mount Polumbus Speaks without Safeway. They've been a huge part of this podcast, and I'm super grateful to them. If you don't have the Safeway app on your phone, make sure you download it today. And just know that you're going to save time, you're going to save money. Skip the other delivery service apps, order directly from the Safeway app, and you're going to be grateful that you downloaded it. Safeway's got fresh food, local flavors. They cut their fruit fresh in store every single day, and they support local small businesses. So go support your local Safeway store today. This is a live podcast, so if anybody's got any questions or comments as you're watching this, feel free to send them in. They'll pop up on screen, and we can rock and roll. Okay, second play of the game. We're going to go wide zone toss, 18 toss. We got big personnel in, so we've got two tight ends over to the right side, and we've got Evan Ingram over to the left. So it's a three tight end set. This isn't bad here. You know what? I think Mike McGlinchey gets misidentified. So what should happen here is we should be man on, man on. McGlinchey should be working up to 53, man on, and then we're working here, and then up to 27. But you'll see McGlinchey misidentifies this thing. He thinks he's working inside to number 30, and he really should be working out to 53. If he works out to the right guy, we probably got a pretty decent football play here, but he does not work to the right guy, and unfortunately ends up being a negative play. So that's a mental error. All right, third down. Shotgun. Let's take a shot down the field, and we were really, really close on this one. I mean, watch this. Shoot. Well, we should get it from this angle as well, but this ball really does hit Cortland nearly in a perfect spot. First off, let's look at the pass protection. Phenomenal pass protection all the way around. Bo Nix has got all day, steps up into the pocket, delivers a strike, and golly, that would have been a nice way to start out the game. Cortland was phenomenal in this football game, so no big deal that he doesn't come down with this one because, boy, does he make up for his sins later on. Okay, we got a fly sweep here going to Marvin Mims. Marvin is still a bit of a gadget guy, so good ways to get him involved as punt returners on these fly sweeps. Nate Atkins does a good job out in space. Let's look at our guy down here, number 45, and let's watch Pat Bryant. Let's see how they do out there in space. Number 45 does a great job blocking. Pat Bryant does a great job blocking. That's a well-executed football play. And now Marvin Mims has got one man to miss, and he could have been off to the races, but still a great, great play. All right, again, we got heavy personnel in. We got an extra tackle on the field as a big tight end. We got two tackles, and we got two tight ends over here. So the Broncos run as much heavy personnel as anybody in the NFL. We're going to go duo here. So our assignments look like this. We're going to work out. We're going to work man on. We got a double team here to 53. We should have a double team here up to 33, and we should be man on over there. I'd like to see Luke Wattenberg get more drive there. Our center, you'll see him right here, number 90. He gets no drive and ends up losing his man inside late. All right, I like the timing and the tempo of this one. Bo Nix does a good job catching the ball, getting out of his hands quickly. Makes it tough for his offensive lineman to get beat when you get the ball out of your hands this quick. We've got a simple four-man rush, so we're able to get double teams and great protection. Good job by Marvin Mims holding on to the football. We're going to go naked here. So we got a naked rollout, naked bootleg. '98 does a good job of identifying it and playing onto Bo. Atkins has got to come down with that football. Man, I really like this from Tyler Bidet. Let's watch our running back right here. Okay. He identifies the blitzer. Our blitzer's coming up here. We've got three jet protection, so that means the offensive line is going to the left. So we're going to be man on right there. We're going to be man on right there. And then we got a three-man slide going all the way out here for these three. So that leaves one man who's blitzing through the middle. Tyler Bidet is going to run up to him, and he's going to cut him right underneath. Boom. Get on your feet. Bo does a good job of drifting away from the pressure and delivering a strike. Okay, we got a draw look going on. And our problem here is our double team. So this is going to get blocked. Double team right here up to 30. Double team right here up to 53. We're going to set up the field, invite him up, and he's going to block right there. But this is our problem. Okay, watch these two right here. They end up getting split on the double team. They got to stay shoulder to shoulder and not let number 98 slip through the cracks right there. Back to back draws. Different formation this time, but it's the same concept. So all we've got going on is we got one double team between these two guys up to 30. We're going to set on. We're going to set on. And he's probably going to cut through there to try to cut off 53. And we're inviting him up the field. So we want these two guys getting up the field. Ideally, this ball should hit right there. Love the game that Cortland Sutton played. Okay, both tackles end up getting bull rushed a little bit. They give up a little bit more pressure than I would like to see, but it's not terrible. Garrett ends up getting bounced back, but Bo's still got enough time to get this ball out of his hands. Would like to see Bo in a perfect world lead Cortland Sutton just a little bit more, but football's hard and things are not played perfectly. Oh yeah, this was our one tush push of the game that was supposed to happen, and it was going to come from the Broncos. We got a good hard count here, and we draw half the Eagles' defense offsides. Eagles did not run a single tush push in this entire game. So all that talk all week long about the tush push, and it never was a part of it. Okay, RJ Harvey, I think this is his first carry of the game, unless I missed one. But anyways, RJ Harvey's in the game. Um, I would like to see Garrett Bowles. I don't like this, okay? So what Garrett needs to do is he needs to aim for that outside number, and then he needs to stretch this guy. He needs to stretch him, right? Instead, what we're going to see here is Garrett's really going to aim for this inside shoulder. He's going to put his ass in the hole, and now this guy has got contained. RJ Harvey tries to bounce it outside anyways. He probably shouldn't have done that, but we'll have a double team there up to 30, double team up to 53, man on 58. But this block right here needed to be a little bit better. Either way, RJ shouldn't have bounced this ball. He should have cut it back because he's got to understand that his tackle's already lost leverage. Man, this is a real shame here because it's a phenomenal pocket. Obviously, not ideal. We've got RJ Harvey in pass protection. He's got to do a better job up here. Um, this has got to do a better job right here. But other than that, if you look at this, I mean, look at this wall that you've got. Bo Nix has got nothing but space. So even with this dude beating him over the top, I'd love to see Bo Nix climb up into this pocket before he delivered the ball because he's got to feel this pressure. The second that he beats his running back, Bo's got to see that. I mean, it's not easy, but you got to have eyes out of both sides of your head when you're playing QB. Fortunate that they did not call that a fumble. But either way, Bo needs to step up, but RJ Harvey's got to do a better job in pass protection also. So it's a two-way street. See what happens here. Does Bo feel like he's rushed? I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to like this guy right here with nothing but green grass in his face. Instead, we're going to try to thread the needle and throw it into Cortland. Oh, excuse me. That was Evan Ingram, not Cortland. Broncos get on the board, though, with 3 points. All right, we're going to take a shot down the field to Troy Franklin on this one, I believe. So we're going to go play action, hard sell. Offensive line's able to use the run action sell on it. Bo's got good time. And we find Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin's really coming along nicely. The fact that they trusted Troy Franklin on that 2-point conversion instead of Cortland Sutton should tell you a lot about where Sean Payton's at with Troy. Not much to review here. Man, I love the way that J.K. Dobbins plays football. J.K. Dobbins ends up with 20 carries in this game. I think he got about 80-some yards, if I remember correctly. But 20 carries is a lot, boys. That's a lot. And Sean Payton did a good job of staying committed to the running game, especially in the second half. But why does this work so well? Check out the double team from our right guard and our right tackle, okay? We're eyes over here, right here, okay? Keep your eyes on Quinn Miners. Does a good job delivering his man over to 69, climbs up to the second level, and does a great job of just road grading that linebacker out of there. And then our fullback, okay, so now we got our eyes right here on our fullback. He does a nice job of finding the hole, getting up to the second level, and getting on his man too. That's a good-looking run, boys. I love that. Put a tie on the doorknob. Another good-looking run here from J.K. Gun run. Okay, so here's how this play is going to work out, all right? We're going to block down right here, and our only job is to seal off his shoulder, make sure he doesn't climb over the top. We're going to pull around. We're going to kick out this guy. We're going to pull our center as well. We're going to try to get up to the second level, and on the backside, we're trying to work all the way through right here and here. Ben Powers, though, keep an eye on Ben. He does a good job of – I'm sorry, I got too many lines going on here. But Ben does a good job of getting to this guy's outside shoulder. He's going to turn him inside, and he's going to wall block him, and that's the reason why we're able to bounce this ball outside. Watch 74. Perfect. Well executed. Wattenberg. Great job getting through the hole. You got to get skinny. You're a big fat dude. Climb up onto the second level. Let's see your wheels. Okay, I'm not sure if that was the guy you were going for or not, but it doesn't matter. You got your claws on an Eagles defender, and everybody's doing a good job of executing at the second level. Okay, this is almost really well done. Okay, it's almost perfect. We're gonna double team here. We're gonna double team here. We're working back up to 53. This block right here is the one that I don't like. You'll see that Quinn lets the guy get his hands underneath his shoulders. Ideally, we would pin this guy right here, and honestly, that's not a bad angle. You should be able to pin him, create a wall so this guy can't get over the top. Unfortunately, number 98 gets his hands underneath Quinn Miners, and he bubbles Quinn back a little bit. Quinn should have taken a bigger first step to the right. He thought he had him shallow enough already that he didn't need to go on an angle, but he really should have opened up that right foot and gone on an angle to ensure that he gets him sealed off. If you get him sealed off, though, do you like this? I mean, do you like this? Let's pretend that this guy's walled off. Mike McGlinchey's about to wall that guy off. We're working to the second level here, and Trent Sherfield's about to get his mitts on this guy. We should have a freaking gaping hole right there for a touchdown run. Oh, so close. So close, yet so far away. It's good play design. We're going to act like we're rolling all the way out. Yeah, we're going to pull up just short of getting outside the pocket. We're going to come backside. Trent Sherfield's got his man beat, and we just overthrow him. All right, what goes wrong here? Let's get to the other angle. It'll be a little bit easier to see why we end up giving up a sack. Okay, I think we just got a four-man rush. Yeah, it's just a four-man rush, and all that happens is we're going to get beat on the TE here. So we've got two jet protection. What does that mean? That means that we're man on the right side. So we're man on, okay? And then we got a three-man slide going to the left, all right? And then our running back, in theory, is responsible for anything that would come through this hole. Now, what ends up happening here is we're going to get a TE game. So number 98, he's going to come out and aim for 69's inside hip right there. And then 52, he's going to roll all the way inside. You'll see Quinn Miners. Unfortunately, he does not identify the TE game quickly enough. He's got to snap that man off to 69. Mike McGlinchey actually does a really nice job of setting vertical here. Whenever you're worried about on the man side there being a TE game, you're told to set vertical, drag that inside hand, and be ready to grab that guy. So McGlinchey's actually in perfect spot right here. And Miners does do a decent job of passing him off, but I don't think Miners was alert to the game early enough. He's got to keep that inside shoulder. He can't get so heavy on 98, and he's got to be able to level it off, come on back inside to 52. Okay. Ben Powers gets bull rushed here a little bit, but Bo Nix is able to deliver the ball on time still to Trent Sherfield. Watch our left guard. He's going to get bull rushed, unfortunately. Too much ground, but that's all right. Gets the ball out. No harm, no foul. Stupid Chiefs just scored. Travis Kelce. Oh, but there's a flag on the play. See if it comes back or not. All right, what do we got here? Got two tight ends to the right. We're going to motion our running back out in space, see if we can get a good matchup there. You got a full man slide, tight ends in pass protection. And we do get the matchup we want with RJ Harvey, and we deliver it to him. Got a false start here on Garrett Bowles. Got to hold our water. Okay, so here's the deal on this one, all right? So when you identify this pre-snap, you're going to be man on, you're going to be man on, you're going to be double teamed between your right guard and your center up to the second level, up to 53, and we're going to be man, we're going to be man. Now, what ends up happening here is we're going to get a pinch right here from 97, right? So 74 feels that, and he tries to pass it off to 60. Let me want to see Harvey develop, and man, Dobbins get those extra yards. Yeah, don't even worry about Harvey right now. J.K. Dobbins is playing such good football. That's the beauty of it. Let R.J. Harvey develop at whatever pace it's going to look like. J.K. Dobbins is the man right now, and there's no reason to take carries away from him. Anyways, 97. We're gonna pinch all the way inside, but because we've got a double team right here, number 60 isn't thinking about that. He's not thinking about this guy bouncing all the way inside because he's saying, "Hey, I've got 1 to 2. I've got 1 to 2 up here, and so this guy's just gonna get off track." So watch this guy right here. He's the one that's gonna bust this play. 74 thinks that he's able to pass this off to 60. 60's not thinking about it. He gets there at the last second, tries to take it over, but it's too little too late. The 74 really needed to hang on the down there a little bit longer before he climbed up to the second level, make sure 60 is able to secure the down. Uh, Okay, not a good set here from Garrett Bowles. Garrett's been so phenomenal all year long. But here's what I want you to watch, okay? Watch his hips, okay? See how his hips are parallel to the line of scrimmage? If the line of scrimmage is here, you want your hips and your shoulders parallel to the line, right? So he's gonna kick. He's going to kick about 2 steps, and his hips and shoulders are still parallel. And then what you're going to see is he's going to open up those hips. He's going to open up those hips. He's going to open up those shoulders, and now it's going to go perpendicular. So you went from parallel to perpendicular. As soon as you go perpendicular, you're going to give this short corner right here. Garrett's got to kick 1 or 2 steps further, and make sure that he doesn't open up those shoulders, because when you open up the shoulders, that's when you give that short corner. So see how he goes, good. Now he opens that thing up. He doesn't need to do that. You don't need to open up there, right? Now, I'll tell you this. He doesn't get helped that he gets tripped by his running back, and I do think that impacts him. Number 28 ends up tripping Garrett a little bit, and that throws him off, but I still don't like the set. I would love to see those shoulders stay square, but Garrett's been balling all year long. That's one of the very few quarterback hits or quarterback pressures he's given up the entire season. Okay, there's 2:18 left here, so you're kind of in no man's land. Do you want to go and hurry up, or do you want to eat up the clock to make sure the Eagles don't get the ball back? Nothing there on this one. I'm just going to skip it. Go halfback screen on this, ends up being a nice gainer. So now you're thinking, okay, we might have a drive out of this. Once you get that first drive starter play, that's when you make the decision if you want to go in 2-minute mode or if you want to eat up the clock. Quinn Miners does a good job out in space, 77. Number 60 does a nice job out in space, and 74 does a great job on the rat peel. And then Pat Bryant does a decent job blocking, but I would like to see him stay engaged. We go with the bubble screen on this one, and Troy does a good job of making a little something out of absolutely nothing. We just miss our guy on this one. We throw it to the back shoulder. Tyler Bidet isn't able to react and get back there in time. Bad ball from Bo. Good protection from the offensive line. I'm not sure what happens here. I'm not sure if Troy Franklin ends up giving up on the route or what, but clearly those two were not on the same page. Okay, but we're going to get one more attempt at this thing before we get into halftime. Fortunate to get the ball back. We got 52 seconds left on the clock. Bo's got good time here. He ends up scrambling out. That's really not on Quinn. Finds Evan Ingram for a TFL. .28 seconds left. Lucky this was not a pick six. Look at how close this ball was to being a pick six. Number 27 does a good job of closing on it. He could have picked that thing and taken it to the house. Fortunate to get the pass interference here. Or they don't get it, excuse me. And we end up having to punt the ball away. Okay, that's all for tonight. That's the first half. If you guys have not subscribed to the podcast, please hit that link in my bio on X. I know the majority of you guys are watching on X. Go into my bio, hit the link, go over to YouTube, and hit subscribe. That's where my content lives. And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on the second half or any of my other content, you're going to make sure that you're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube page. So I appreciate all you loyal listeners out there. I'll have the second half film put out tomorrow, and that one should be a little bit more fun to go over. So until tomorrow, I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let's go watch the rest of this Monday Night Football.